Hi everyone, today we're going to be working on lesson 11.2. Today we're going to work on degrees. When we usually think of degrees, we usually think of the temperature. But today we're not going to talk about temperature. We're going to talk about degrees of an angle. Angles are measured by units called degrees. The symbol for degrees is a small degree circle, as you can see right here. If a circle is divided into 360 equal parts, then an angle that turns through one part of a 360 degrees measures 1 degree. Now, what does that mean? Let's take a look. An angle that turns through 50 over 360 of a circle measures 50 degrees. How do I know that? Let's take a look at our fraction. 50 over 360. I know 360 is a complete circle. So if I have my numerator 50, I know that the measure of this angle is 50 degrees. Let's take a look. Find the measure of an angle that turns through 1/6 of a circle. So we're looking for the measure of an angle. How much does the angle measure? And we're looking at the fraction 1/6. Now, you'll notice that our denominator is not 360 degrees anymore. So what do we need to do? Step 1. Find a fraction that is equivalent or equal to 1/6 with 360 in the denominator. So we need to make sure our denominator is 360 degrees. Think. 6 times 60 equals 360. I know 6 times 6 is 36, and I bring over my 0. If you look below, it says 1/6 equals 1/6 times 60. Whatever I do to the numerator, I need to do to the denominator. So 1 times 60 equals 60. And 6 times 60 equals 360. Now I have a denominator that has 360. Step 2. Look at the numerator. There's our numerator right there, 60. The numerator tells how many degrees are in 1/6 of a circle. So an angle that turns through 1/6 of a circle measures 60 degrees. I take my numerator over 360 only, and that becomes how many degrees of the angle. So this angle right here is going to be 60 degrees. Let's try some. Tell the measure of the angle in degrees. So we're looking for the measure of the angle in degrees. Number 1, 39 over 360. Let's think. Is our denominator 360? Yes. So our next step is to look at the numerator. The numerator 39, since our denominator is 360, is going to be our answer in degrees. So our answer is going to be 39 degrees. Let's take a look at number 2. Let's follow the same steps. Think, is our denominator 360 degrees? No. So I need to think, what number can I multiply 5 by to get 360? One way to solve this is by doing division. I can divide 360 divided by 5. Now I've done my work here on the side, and I know that 360 divided by 5 equals 72. But now, is 72 my answer, or do I need to do some more math? Let's take a look. I'm going to take my 1/5 and multiply both the numerator and denominator by 72. Don't forget, whatever you do to the numerator, you must do to the denominator. So 1 times 72 equals 72, and 5 times 72 equals 360. Now that I have my denominator of 360, all I need to do is look at my numerator. My numerator is 72. I know that 1/5 of my circle is 72 degrees. Let's take a look at number 3. The same thing applies. Think, is my denominator 360? Unfortunately, it's not. So I need to think, what number can I multiply 8 by to get 360? And I did my division. 360 divided by 8 equals 45. So I know I can multiply 8 by 45 to get 360. But let's do some more math. I'm going to take my 1/8 and multiply both the numerator and denominator by 45. 1 times 45 equals 45. We know 8 times 45 equals 360. There's our magic number. Now that our denominator is 360, I'm going to look at my numerator. My numerator is going to tell me how many degrees 1/8 is in a circle. So I know this is 45, so our answer is going to be 45 degrees. Let's take a look at our final problem. Number 4. 5/12. What's different in this problem? I know that I have 5 now in my numerator, and I still don't have 360 in my denominator. So I need to think, what can I multiply 12 by to get 360? I know 12 times 3 is 36. So 360 divided by 12 must equal 30. I'm going to do the same process. Take my 5/12 and multiply both the numerator and denominator by 30. Now be careful, we have a 5 in our numerator, so I'm going to multiply 5 times 30 equals 150. I know 5 times 3 is 15, and I bring over my 0. The same applies for the bottom. 12 times 30 equals 360. There's our magic number again. Now that we have 360, I can look at my numerator. My numerator is 150. I know that equals 150 degrees. So 5/12 of my circle is equal to 150 degrees.